What happened out there today, guys? No, I'm not. I'm not really disappointed. I'm not that disappointed with Texas. But I will say this: I obviously, I'm a big Texas basketball fan too. Have been, um, as long as I've been a Texas football fan, really. Um, Last year in basketball, we lost a lot of games on free throws. Penalties in football is just sound fundamentalness. Same thing as free throws in basketball. Penalties in football are the equivalent of free throws in basketball. Today, or not today, but against Baylor, 11 penalties for over 100 yards. You can't win games when you hand a team over 100 yards. And I've heard a lot of people badmouth the coaching here. Will Muschamp and Greg Davis, and I personally I have badmouthed Greg Davis a lot as well. But it's not all it's not all on Greg Davis. A lot of this is still on the players. I'm complaining about all these screen passes that have been going on, and all that, but Colt McCoy threw a lot of screen passes. The difference is there's no blocking on the screen passes this year. We throw a screen pass and it's just like 6 or 7 defenders out there on them. It's just ridiculous. Because with Colt McCoy we had great blocking. We throw a screen pass out there to Jordan Shipley or Kirkendall or whoever, and you get some blocking, and that loosen up the defense so that you could open some plays up to throw downfield. This year just makes it look like we're afraid to call plays. If the offense doesn't execute, any play call can look awful, and that's how it's been this year. There have been some very awful play calls. For example, the blitz. It seemed like an awful play call. It's just like a jail blitz. I'm not sure what it was, an all-out blitz, I guess. They went for like a 60-some yard touchdown or something like that. Against us, right on the slant, easy play on 3rd and long. Man coverage. That's not a bad play call. Those are the same types of calls we ran last year with Iraq, or not last year with Iraq, but last year and the year before, that made Will Muschamp look like a genius. Exotic 3rd down blitzes. These are great cornerbacks. They're not playing the way they should be. Offensively, we played a good game. Garrett threw an interception. I think we had 2 turnovers, which was a lot better than we did last week. I think with Gilbert throwing, I think it was 3 or 4 interceptions last week. So we held on to the ball a lot better. Greg Smith, I don't know how he got a scholarship to play in the University of Texas. He drops a lot of passes. The whole team dropped a lot of passes here today. We just have no leadership on this team. Garrett Gilbert's the first-year starter. You can't expect him to be the leader. John McCoy wasn't a leader his first year on the team. But we had Jamal Charles, we had Limas Swede. We had other guys willing to take the team under their wing. Because that entire team was the championship team. That was the team that made the championship with a new quarterback, pretty much that year. But now we've got the same thing. We have the team that made the championship last year. Should have won if McCoy hadn't gotten injured, or would have, I should say. Would have won had McCoy not gotten injured. And it's the same team, but we lost our 2 leaders. And our offensive line is worse because we lost 3 guys off an already mediocre offensive line. Defensively, like I said, they're just not playing up to potential. These guys just don't give an effort. Like Cowboy TD said, there's not one single thing that you can point at on this team, but maybe the biggest thing is just effort and heart. Um, this team just doesn't give 4 quarters of effort. Haven't seen it yet this year, except maybe Nebraska. Gilbert did a great job of getting around and running today. You know, I was really proud of him because he did a great job of running the football. And all around as a team, we did a great job running the football as well. But our problems weren't on offense, with the exception of the drop passes. You know, without those passes, that was, I think, so there's 3 or 4 of those drop. We had like 9 or something. But 3 or 4 of those passes were dropped on a potential first down that was taken away because they dropped the pass. But defensively, we didn't do anything well, really. They ran for over 100 yards on us. Griffin came in, and like, I want to apologize to Baylor fans. I came in, I talked some smack. It's my first year doing this, so I guess I need to be a little bit more careful. It's a little bit easier for me to talk smack when I don't have to own up to it on YouTube. But um, yeah, I talked some smack saying Texas was going to win because this was the type of game that they would win. Baylor just outplayed us, and Baylor made some mistakes, a couple mistakes, and they still won. So that goes to show you how much better they really are than Texas. So um, this team just leadership issues, and don't get all fired up about the coaches because the players still have to go out there and execute. You don't know how many times this season the right play call has been made, but the players just didn't execute it and play it well enough, so it looked like a terrible coaching move. So don't get too much down on the players. I want to apologize for all the bad remarks I've made about, Greg Davis. I've made a lot, but you can't blame these guys too much when the offense is just not just the offense, but the defense and the overall team is just they're just not executing. They don't have the heart. They don't want it as bad as Texas. We're now 4-4. Who knows if we'll make a bowl game? And if the BCS can, they'll screw us over completely and try to get us out of the bowl game because of all the crap the BCS took the year that we should have been in the championship game against Florida from Texas and Big 12 fans and all that. Because there are a lot of people that weren't even Texas fans that were yelling about the fact that they didn't get the championship game, saying it didn't make sense. And I'm right with you, obviously. But that's all aside from the point because we need to at least get 6 wins first, and we play Oklahoma State and Kansas State, 2 very talented teams, and of course Texas A&M, who will do anything to beat us. At this point in the season, nothing's a sure win for Texas. So Texas is down, but I'm not giving up hope. They may be having a down year this year, but I definitely think they're going to win championship with Gilbert at the helm. He's shown before that and a lot of the problems aren't on him. Drop passes are not on him. He's still playing good football, but he's not the one with all the problems. He's made some mistakes, and he's had his struggles throughout the year, but they're not all. The offensive struggles are not all on him. A lot of it's on the offensive line, the receivers, and one thing that I will say is that Greg Davis just doesn't seem to get the fact that Cody Johnson, is his best and biggest hope for a running game, and he just will not run him more than 10 times a game. I don't get that, but we never know what can happen. Never know what's going on, why it's happening, but hook 'em horns, and hopefully we can get to we're not going to win 10 games this season. That's been pride and joy of Texas, is the 10 straight 10-win seasons for Mac Brown. That streak's coming to an end. But maybe we can still make a bowl game and salvage the rest of the season. Hook 'em horns. Let's do something.